Welcome to My Key Films, where I ride, hike, and build bikes. Or at least try to. I studied film at UT and NYU and worked in the industry. Watch me struggle so you don't have to. This is the maiden voyage, the dream bike's first taste of dirt, and my first real test to see if I actually tightened everything. Sorry this took forever. Life's been chaos. Between work, the flu, and late night wrenching, this build has been a journey. Every part was handpicked, and I've been dreaming about this bike for months. Just remember, dreams don't always come perfectly tuned.
It's mid-August and I finally finished building my bike. It was a lot of research and a lot of step-by-step building and a lot of juggling between becoming a new parent. This first ride is going to be my first impressions. Let's take a look.
Right off the bat, it's clear this bike is capable, but it's also different. Way different than what I'm used to. The geometry, the suspension feel, even the way it climbs, it's going to take some time to dial it in.
In future videos, I may go into more detail on specific parts, but for now, this is just going to be a broad video on my first impressions.
I've got the DJI Air 3 in the sky today. Fingers crossed it stays focused and doesn't go rogue.
The first thing I notice is the cockpit reach is a little bit shorter. That might be because of the shorter stem, 35mm 1-up carbon stem, and the high-rise 1-up carbon bars. So this bike is a lot different from my other bike because it has Eagle Axis drivetrain with wireless shifting. It was actually really hard to install the Axis derailleur, the XO1 Axis derailleur, but I think I got it fine-tuned, but we'll just have to wait and see how it performs. So this bike is a mullet bike, which is not exactly the best thing for climbing, but I want to see how it does climbing this steep hill. Hopefully it's not as bad as I think it will be, because I have a Industry 9 Hydra hub installed. So let's get up to this hill and we'll test it out.
This hill's always been tricky for me. I've probably tried it a couple dozen times on my old Stumpy 29er, and honestly, I've only cleaned it maybe 5 times. It's one of those climbs that messes with your head as much as your legs.
Okay, I'm gonna try this hill. Let's see how I do. I'm gonna try to, hopefully I can do it in the first try. If not, we'll do it a couple times. See if I can even make it. I'm kind of out of shape, but we'll see. Okay, here we go. Ah, shit. Nope.
Yeah, this first try, pathetic. Pretty cheap, Conehead. Hill, still undefeated. Bike, still expensive. I built a mullet for more stability on the downs. That smaller rear wheel's great for snapping through corners. But for climbing, a full 29er's better. It rolls over stuff easier, holds traction, and keeps your weight more forward. This setup, my weight's too far back. Feels like I'm climbing in a recliner. Still worth it once gravity kicks in. Let's see if I do better on my second try.
Oh, shit. Okay. That didn't go so well.
Okay, the hill looks easy, but in my defense it's covered in loose rocks, which means zero traction and maximum embarrassment. It's basically nature's way of saying, nope, not today.
All right, let's try it again. Here we go.
All right, I've got good speed. And I forgot to shift. Classic move. Charging in hot, then suddenly climbing like a snail.
Oh, shit.
I'm pretty sure with more practice and maybe a small miracle, I could get it.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm really out of shape because I haven't been riding in a while, building the bike. But I'm pretty tired. Let's see how it does. Drone's kind of going crazy here. Let's see how it does going downhill. We'll do downhill. Let's see. Okay. Let's see how it goes downhill.
This setup's built for descending. Mullet wheels for quicker handling and tight stuff, a slacker head angle for more stability at speed, and a short 35mm stem with high-rise bars to keep control up front when things get rowdy.
Okay, felt okay, but it's a new bike, so I'm totally not used to it, so I felt a little scary, but I just got to get used to it, I think. Okay guys, we're just going to continue going up the arroyo. Let's see how it does.
When I started building my dream bike, I had no idea how much I'd have to learn or how tough it would be. I had to take it one step at a time so I wouldn't get overwhelmed and give up. That's kind of how mountain biking works, and life too. The trail's never perfect. You'll hit obstacles, maybe crash, maybe hike a bike. And if you have a setback, it's okay to take a break. Try again later, or even pivot to a new line. Just keep moving forward. Whatever your dream is, it'll be harder than you think, but don't quit. Keep going. Keep figuring it out. And if you're scared, that's okay. You can't be courageous without fear. The Stumpjumper EVO S-Works carbon frame is kind of a unicorn. Lightweight, stiff, and ridiculously customizable. With specialized adjustable geometry, you get 6 different settings. 3 head angle positions, 2 bottom bracket heights, and 2 chainstay lengths, all tool-free. That means you can tailor the bike to any terrain, from chunky backcountry tech to flowy bike park laps. It's made from their Fact 11 carbon, which keeps it light and strong. This frame weighs in under 6 pounds with the shock. And that shock? The Fox Float X. The Float X balances performance and weight perfectly. You get adjustable low-speed compression, rebound, and a climb switch, all packed into a compact air-sprung shock that still feels plush under pressure. It's got a big air can for volume and great small bump sensitivity, but still ramps up well on bigger hits. Up front is the 2025 Fox 36 with the new Grip X damper. It's a big upgrade over previous models. More support mid-stroke, better small bump compliance, and easier to dial in. It's also lighter than the Grip X2 version, which is why I chose it. I wanted something that can charge down gnarly descents but still pedal efficiently on big days out.
Shifting seems okay.
As you can see, I've got the drone controller mounted right on my bars. These days there are drones like the DJI Flip or the Hover X1 Pro Max that can follow you hands-free, no controller needed, but they don't offer the same advanced features you get with the Air 3.
This bike does feel a lot lighter than my other bike. I think it's because of the carbon wheels. I got WR1 Convergent carbon wheels. Triad in the back and Fuse in the front. I got DHR2 2.6 tires in the front and a Maxxis Ardent 2.4 27.5 in the rear.
The WeAre1 Convergence carbon rims are super strong, precise, and made in Canada. They've got just enough compliance, which means they flex just a little to smooth out bumps, so it's not all bone rattling.
Okay, we're gonna see how it does downhill. We'll be testing out some of the brakes. Hopefully I don't fall. Oh shit, I'm already gonna fall.
Up front, I've got a Maxxis Minion DHR2 for grip and braking, and out back, a Maxxis Ardent for faster rolling. It's a solid mix of control and speed.
Oh shit. We lost the drone.
Anytime you ride and fly with a drone, it makes things more complicated. In the rear wheel, I have an Industry 9 Hydra hub. It has 690 points of engagement, which basically means it reacts almost instantly when you start pedaling. Engagement is the delay between when you push the pedals and when the bike actually moves. With the Hydra, there's almost no lag. It's like the bike hears you whisper go and just takes off.
Okay, the braking seems pretty good. Yeah, I just have to barely tap the braking for it to brake hard. Shifting seems good.
The SRAM X01 Eagle X's wireless drivetrain is cable-free, fully customizable via the Axis app, and incredibly responsive. You can dump multiple gears with a long press, a move newer T-type transmission drivetrains don't allow. It doesn't shift under heavy pedaling load, that's only with T-type, but it still shifts crisply across the range. Plus, it's more affordable than the latest T-type systems. One thing I noticed right away on this first ride, I had my dropper post set way too high. It's those little setup details you don't catch until you actually hit the trail. First rides are all about dialing things in and figuring out what really feels right.
So the bike feels pretty good. Shift's good. Brake's good. We'll test out the brakes right here in a second. Test them out right here. Brake's pretty good. I might need to adjust the positioning of the Axis rocker pod. I definitely need to get a better phone attachment.
As you can see, my phone's about to launch off the bars. Finding a phone mount that actually stays put, it's honestly harder than building the bike. I was honestly relieved the brakes worked this well, because this was my first time bleeding them myself, and I wasn't exactly confident I did it right. Let's just say, I ended up bleeding them again right before a trip to Angel Fire, and things didn't go quite as planned, but that's a story for another video.
So it was pretty tough to do a first impressions today with my drone and the wind. I didn't really get that many good shots, so hopefully I can make something out of this. But I will say the bike does feel a lot lighter. The carbon wheels, it makes a difference. And I can tell the higher rise bars is one thing. And one thing that I forgot to mention is that I have a power meter on the cranks. And I don't know if you can see with this app here called Cadence, it records my power output, my heart rate, and a bunch of other stuff. So when I'm riding, I can see how much power I'm putting into a ride. So that's one thing that's pretty cool. I think next time I'll do a first impressions without using the drone. It's a lot easier. Let me show you the tires. Here are the tires. DHR2 Minion 29 in the front tires. In the rear we got Maxxis Ardent 27.5 2.4 in the rear. Oh yeah, and we got new Hustle Lab magnetic pedals, which they work great. Oh, and then the shock, of course, a Float X shock and a Grip X 36 160 millimeters of travel fork.
The bike's not perfect yet, but that's the fun part. A few more rides, some tweaks to the setup, maybe a couple embarrassing mistakes, and I really think this could become the Swiss Army knife of bikes. Trail, tech, bike park, this thing wants to do it all. That's my first ride on the dream build, the Stumpjumper EVO S-Works. Okay, maybe not true S-Works since I don't have the absolute top spec parts, but hey, close enough. If you haven't seen the build videos, check them out. There's a long version with all the nitty-gritty details, and a fast-paced short version if you're tight on time. And if you're feeling generous, buy me a coffee. Actually, make it a pizza. Link in the description.